I've gotten 2 attacks when I expected none this year. That's awesome. I was going to say I finished yesterday's attack. If you were not here, this is what we worked on yesterday. This was started by another part that I basically put together, cut everything out. And then I did my own attack last night. It was 105 degrees last night, and so I had pretty awful insomnia. So I finished this on my own. Can like sort of format them while I'm getting things set up. I'll never forget the fishing bit. The fish are actually still there. They just got covered up. Let's see. Although I've encountered kind of a funny problem. We ran out of paper. I just don't do traditional art, like large-scale traditional art like this, because I'm so used to drawing in my sketchbook that now I've ran out of things to draw on. No, there's a YouTube stream. It was just a little delayed because I play an opening song, and so I can't run the stream over there for fear of copyright. Did amazing with that again. Thank you so much. This is like the first thing I think I've drawn with ink for about 7 years that I liked. I'm just glad that it was for a friend, because I have really been. I talked to Lemmy about it a little bit. Back when I was wanting to be a comic artist, I worked a lot with ink, especially like quill and ballpoint illustrations, and I'm really rusty. I'm really, really rusty, and I was feeling it every time I tried to do something, and it was frustrating me. But this is one of the first ones where I got back into it, and I was like, all right, I actually feel confident in what I've made. I will say, though, speaking of lack of confidence, this piece that I've worked on for Tay... Also, yeah, we're doing rain sounds now just because of copyright from YouTube, unfortunately. This piece I've been working on for Tay, it is supposed to be colored pencil. Here's the problem. This is watercolor paper, and I didn't know this, but watercolor paper is terrible for colored pencil. It is really, really spotty, and it makes it so you have to press super hard just to get any sort of consistent pigment. So I tried again on another piece of paper. The problem with this is that I do not have a gentle soul. I brutalize the materials. I am not good with colored pencil. That is another part's jurisdiction. So I have made a third sketch, and I will not be touching it. This is for him, because it wasn't supposed to be lined. I've just been using the failures as inking practice. And what's funny is I think that this actually looks just fine ink-wise, but then the colors are horrible, so I'm leaving this for him. And what I was going to say is today, because I'm basically out of paper to draw on, I will be doing sketches. I'll be doing thumbnails in my sketchbook, and then I have one piece of paper that I can do a sketch on because it's going to be painted on with acrylic marker. So it's okay that it's a bit of a darker color piece of paper. So didn't get to join stream yesterday, was playing with friends. Happy ARTFIGHT, everyone. Welcome in, welcome in. Also, sorry, to answer the question, because I saw someone ask what this is. This is acrylic marker, and then this is my inkwell pen and Sharpie for the top. Because I don't use this to fill in large spaces. It'll start to tear up the paper. You can actually kind of see where it happened on the tail here. But with Sharpie, it's just like a big fill tool. So those are the finished attacks that I've got so far. And I will be... Actually, might warm up. Excuse me. I might warm up by doing it. Harbor looks really funny right now. If you were not surprised, the office is a bit of a mess, which is like completely predictable for ARTFIGHT, right? I'm gonna see if I can put the reference for the character in front of me, because I think if I put Miffy here on my iPad, you guys won't be able to see her, but I can see her. Glad you pulled out the inking again for mine. I'm cherishing it forever and ever. I'm glad. I haven't done any attacks yet. Well, hey, this is a perfect time for you to lock in and join. I have a question about the mail club. I was wondering if it would be opening soon or if it closed. Oh, no, it's not closed. It is not closed. Oh, do you mean closed like there's no spots left? Hold on. Let me check how many members we have, because if it's closed because we're full, that's a good question. That's a question of how much Forrest wants to work. Shit, yeah, okay. So, let me ask him after. Let me ask him after stream, because he is the one that does a lot of the mailing and the stuff that we use for the mail club. You know, I package things, but he's the one that does the formatting. So part of the reason it was at 300 is just so that we weren't killing that guy. All right, let's see. I'm trying to figure out how I want to warm up. I feel like I could go trial by fire and draw a human character to warm up. It could be fun. I think I may do that, actually. Let me grab the ref. And I said I was going to put it over here, but to be honest, so long as I don't, like, tap the screen, it's fine. I think. Yeah, it's fine. I found that if I get too close to the screen, it does accidental face reveal, which I don't really want to do. But this helps you guys see what character I'm working on. Really like this character design. I've been wanting to draw her since last year, actually. I figured that if I'm warming up, I might as well draw the hardest thing that I have saved and kind of go from there. Also, if you were wondering where yesterday's stream was, it got taken down because Forrest did an accidental... Also, these are the thumbnails from yesterday for the ink attack that got finished. But Forrest did accidental face reveal because he got his face reflected in the iPad screen. So that's what happened. Oh yeah, somebody drew Jax. Unsurprising, the rabbit likes the bunny rabbit. That looks sick. Thank you. I gotta post the inks. I think I'm gonna post like a big group of ink pieces all together. Although I was looking through our bookmarks, and one of the unfortunate things is I'm actually running out of characters to draw that are mostly monochrome. So I have to find some more. Just got my first attack. I'm so giddy. There have been so many people that have attacked us so far. I've been going through and trying to say thank you intermittently so that it don't have what happened last year, where I was thanking people like months and months after. I guess I'm just thumbnailing. I don't have to use any fun colors or anything. Actually, if I'm thumbnailing, I'm gonna get you guys back so hard. Hold on, I'm hiding the tuber for just a second. There we go. Because these are warm-ups. So... The reason that I use the specific pencil that I do when I sketch is because it's easy to knock back and erase. So question for Critter in chat, what are your favorite summer fruit? Mine is watermelon, but cherries are really close. Our cantaloupe is summer fruit. I never know if that counts. Where's my sharpener? There it is. I'm a little worried. And 2 people who have attacked me gave me 5-star courses. Oh, that's beautiful. Pineapple as well. I suppose pineapple is also a summer fruit. Sorry, Mew, I'm putting you on the floor. I actually don't need a posture, buddy. I just need my leg, apparently. Also, Honey Lemons, thank you for the resub. 25 months. Also, yesterday I finally got prescribed tea after wanting to start HRT for like 10 years. That's fantastic. And also, congratulations. Yeah, it looks like I'm alright. I have a few different ideas for this character. Just in terms of... Also, I have to give you a piece of advice, especially since ARTFIGHT has started, so thumbnailing and using thumbnails and pieces are allowed now. If you have a printer, even a shitty printer, if you thumbnail something and you like the thumbnail and you want to use it as a sketch, don't mind me rifling through the bin, you can print it and then just trace over it because you did draw it, importantly. Like, you're allowed to use it. So I did this here, here on this page, and printed it out, blew it up. Oh, also closed captions are not on, but thank you for the reminder. Sorry, I always forget to hit start on these. They should be on now. You're married? Yes, I am. I have a husband. Sketched, drew over it with Sharpie just so that I could have something a little darker to trace over. And then you get a final. I would say that the final actually looks even a little more clean than the original sketch did, so it's a bit of a cheat, although I will say I miss having a light box. I was considering, last night while I was working on this, I actually considered getting myself one, because how long did it take to fill in the black? Not very long. I'm quick with it. I've been doing traditional for a while. That actually wasn't the hard part. The hardest part is the initial body inks, because you have to be careful with it, not to smudge, not to blow out the ink. Really love the videos. I struggle to transfer the lessons into my own drawings, sadly, but thank you for making lessons. They're nice. I wonder if there's something I could do to help with that too. I don't want to ever blame the student for not being able to understand something. You know, there's like a bunch of different methods you can use to teach the same lesson. Is there something specific that you're trying to learn that you were struggling to integrate into your art style from our videos? Also, Kit Mason, thank you for the sub. I was curious if you could put a sticky note or a piece of paper on the reflection without messing up the iPad. You know, I probably totally could. Have I had close calls? Unless you're just worried for me, which I appreciate. I definitely have a sticky note I can put there, though. Strawberry Squib, thank you for the sub. Look. Except that didn't work at all. Alright. Like a grandfather. Well, no feet, I guess. That's fine. Yes, I keep having heart attacks. I love you. Alright. Traditional art? Yeah. Nothing actual, though, right? I have to know that for editing's sake when going back. That's how the VODs survive or not. Would a privacy screen help reduce the reflectiveness? Probably. I guess the other problem is I don't look in front of me while I draw. I look to the side. No, you're good? All right, perfect. Long sticky notes exist. My friend, more stationery exists than you could possibly imagine. Stationery is one of my favorite things to shop for because I will use it. Even if it's not for its intended purpose, I will eventually use it. Hand on hip poses, frankly, kind of boring, but we must start somewhere. We have to start drawing somewhere today. So I really would love to do a foreshortening pose. I think that would be fun. This is my first time I see your lives. I really admire your art and you inspire me a lot. Thank you. They even have stationary events in Japan. No, I know. It's one of the reasons that I've always wanted to be somewhere that is like a bigger city because I want to go to such things. Actually, speaking of stationery and trinkets, I don't know if they're everywhere. I was asking Forrest about this, and apparently they're not super common. But has anyone ever been to a refill store before? So have you done any videos on how to stretch well, how to draw from the shoulder? I draw on paper, but I kind of struggle to do it in a healthy way. I'm going to tell you, it's not even something that requires a video. You probably need to stand. If you're struggling to draw from your shoulder, you need to stand and have your art in front of you, and that will help you stupendously. A refill store. Okay, so a refill store it's exactly what it sounds like. They have soaps, cleaners, detergents, baking soda, oil, all sorts of things. So that instead of having to buy a new container every time you need to get new soap or shampoo, you can, or like laundry detergent, you can just go bring a glass jar and then scoop out however much you need, and then they charge by weight, which is really nice because it not only is it like so much more environmentally friendly, a lot of the stuff that they use at the one that we go to, at least, is deliberately made so that it doesn't have chemicals that are harmful to you or the environment. It's also much cheaper. If you go to the refill store and you get a thing of laundry detergent, the same amount of laundry detergent that you could get from the store for like $30 will cost maybe 10 at the refill store. Sounds awesome. I hate having to throw away a perfectly good container. No, and it's fantastic. We refill water bottles for our water cooler. A lot of people do that. A lot of people do that too. What if you can't stand for longer than 3 minutes max? I also struggle with that on my wrist drawer. Stool. Stool, same thing. The purpose of it is just getting yourself to, you know, hold your arm out. So if you can draw like this, sitting on a stool. I used to do this for studio art a lot, because I get dizzy if I stand for too long. That's just the being disabled, though. Never heard of a refill store, but that's actually really nice. Is that an East Coast thing? I actually don't know. I've never seen it anywhere else, but I am saying if you don't know if your area has one, it might be worth looking up. I would love if they became more commonplace. We actually got a few things there. Got lotion, shampoo bars. That's actually somewhere you can get shampoo bars in person. We have refill stores in Western Canada too. That's awesome. Also, have a good art fight, everyone. I did 3 attacks today. I'm going to sleep. Damn. I'm wondering if it's a rural urban thing or even in a split. I've never heard of one myself. Possibly. We're not in a big city or anything either here. It's just we're just lucky. Like, well, okay, here's the other thing. If you haven't heard of it, it's possible that your area does have one, you just haven't been to it before. I'm realizing my desk is not level, because this is starting to slide. I think if I tape something to my screen, though, it's definitely going to screw up my screen. Alright, well, it was nice to have it here while it lasted, but you are going in front of me so that I don't accidentally face reveal during stream. When I hold a pencil like that, my lines look seismographic. You mean like when you're holding it out in front of you? That's how you get better, though. It's going to be bad. It's going to look like ass until it doesn't. There are actually ones near me. Genuinely, all of you. If that sounds interesting, look up to see if you have a refill store near you. You probably do, and if you don't, then you can figure out where the closest one is, at the very least. It is so much cheaper to go there. It is so much better for the environment, much less plastic used. This is a refill store an hour for me. It might be a trip, too. It might be a little bit of a trip. For us, it's about, I want to say the one that's near us is like 40 minutes away. It's not very close. Could put the ref on the stream layout if you want people to be able to see it. I could do that, because I'm not using like this... there we go, that back corner of the stream. Thank you, Lee, that's a good idea. And what we're talking about is that a few days ago, my fiance and I went to a refill store, which is a store where you can get laundry detergent and and soap and shampoo, but instead of having to buy the entire plastic bottle, you can just buy the actual, things themselves, and it's a little better for the environment because of that. Also, hold on. Really quick. I'm going to be clicking around on ARTFIGHT. ARTFIGHT is down. So I will not be putting the ref on on the screen because ARTFIGHT is down, so I can't see it. But that's alright. That is okay. And yeah, it is Minecraft ambiance. Oh, welcome in. Welcome to Raiders from Isa23. Oh my god, welcome in, right? There's 160 of you. Holy moly. Hello. Hi, guys. ARTFIGHT is not down. I think it's loading for me. Hold on. While I'm getting the ref, I just realized I have the ref on Discord. This is our previous attack. We're currently working on sketching more attacks, so if you are coming in and you are a new raider, welcome. I hope you guys had a lovely stream. Hello. There she is. I knew I had her somewhere. And I can save that there. was grabbing the ref for the character we are currently attacking. Because I thought I didn't have it because then ARTFIGHT was chugging for me, but I did actually end up having it. How are you doing? Pretty well, thank you. I didn't actually sleep too great last night because it's been like 105 degrees here or something. So I've been doing ARTFIGHT because of the insomnia, which is not the worst thing in the world that I could be doing with my time. And yes, this is Nyazur's character. And I'm on Team Comedy. That's scary. It's not only is it 105 degrees, our air conditioner, we have many split air conditioners, and they are just not keeping up with the weather. Do you know what con you're hitting up next? Do you mean like just visiting cons? I've never sold at a con before. I mean, I'll be going to Philadelphia with my fiance in August, I think it is. I had a dream that Critter was covered in black body hair. That's scary. No, I'm not. I kind of want to do a foreshortening pose. Okay, I have an idea. It's a little bit of a weird one. Not weird, I guess, but like it's going to be a bit more challenging. I could put the character in boots, because that might make a fun pose here. Critter, water? Oh. Sorry, I can grab water. I've been drinking plenty of water, actually. Also, speaking of mini splits, I was messing with mine. You said Philly? It's not Philly here, but I will say anywhere with mini splits in the heat is insane. Me when Minecraft noises? Yes, there are Minecraft noises. You hear correctly. I'm listening to them because they help me focus. My thought is like... Actually, I could do a cross arm pose here. That might be more fun. And then, like, kind of looking to the side and up. Also, did the pen tablet break again? No, I'm just doing traditional art because I like to do traditional art. Oh, no, sorry. I meant when you said the next con you were visiting. Oh, I see, yes. Philadelphia is in Philly. If that's what you were asking. I do think more people should design with Liberty spikes. They're a very cool hairstyle. Character does have glasses, too. And I can use that to help frame the face. I think that'll be fun. I'm not sure how I feel about the arm. I don't think that looks very natural. I'm going to be honest, if I was sitting in this pose, I'd probably put the arm behind me. What's your ARTFIGHT user? My ARTFIGHT username is 4leaf Island. There is a command for it on Twitch. The command is not working on YouTube for whatever reason. I don't know if anyone could hear that outside. Also, did you guys remove the old stream? Yes, but only because my boyfriend accidentally face revealed when he was coming in because his face got reflected in the tablet. So, it'll be uploaded again. Hold on. I was trying to mute for the sirens, but then they didn't even come over. Is that a dog or a person? That was a human being. On a bike, popping a wheelie. There's a bunch of people around here that ride bikes. And not motorcycles. Like, I mean, they do that too. But, like, literally just regular bikes. And people call them wheelie gang. Because some of them aren't even bikes anymore. Some of them actually have fully taken off the front wheel of their bike. And so they ride a bike like it's a unicycle. Yes, that was a person. This is my 8th year of art fight. That's awesome. You know, this heat is vile when dragging groceries in has got me wiped. It's so bad that I move a piece of furniture in my house and I'm like sweating. I'm like, this is ridiculous. This simply cannot continue. Forest to the accidental face reveal, all too easy to fall into. The amount of times my own reflection has betrayed me. Seeing all the other people doing 5+ attacks already makes me feel behind. You're not behind. I've done 2. I'm gonna mute for the siren. And it didn't even come here. I've only done 2 so far. By this point, last year I had only done 1. It is very normal to just be getting started. It is only the 2nd day. So I like this. I think I'm going to use this for this character. I'm not sure what I'll do for the background. I feel like I should have a background of some sort. I could do like a bookshelf. I don't know why. Bookshelves seem the most inoffensive as like a background if a character's like leaning up against them. I'll think about it later. The VOD was taken down within the last few minutes, yes. It's a Scorpion Halo. Do the DIY unicycles crash often? No. That's actually something I have no idea. Roving gangs of unicyclers in your city? Yes, this sounds like a bit, but I swear to God, that is just like a real thing that happens here. Watching while finishing up my transfer application for art school. That's awesome. Good luck. There's also actually a major subculture where people will only publish attacks during the final half, or even the last week, something never too late. So thank you, Critter, in this community for inspiring me to do Art Fight this year. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm always happy to hear people are joining. I will say, I think I'm going to draw the boot structure so that when I go to do the laces, I'll have a little bit of a guideline. This is one of those ones where I'm probably going to snap a picture of the thumbnail and then use it as the pseudo sketch when I go to do this, because I think otherwise I'll be kind of killing myself a bit. I'll think about it. Yeah, and Art Fight is just for fun. Are the Minecraft noises in the background? There are. I've said before, my little sister, when I was studying for college, for high school, when I lived at home, she used to play Minecraft while I was working in the same room. And I didn't realize it until years later, but I now listen to Minecraft to work, and it helps me focus better than like anything else does. I've tried like ASMR, I've tried music, but Minecraft apparently is just the thing that works because it reminds me of my little sister. Alright, let's see, who else do we have here? That's one thumbnail. This one I could actually do the sketch for. If this works. I love a good boot foreshortening. It's just it's such an easy, cheatsy way to have a fun composition. I guess it's not really cheating, but you understand. Here's our next hit. That is massive. Jesus Christ. This one is, another that I know Sky wants to do. So, I knew you would like this one, Aspen. I, like, not even in a balding way, but that is completely understandable for you. I wish I had the paper to do the sketch, actually. Because the design's very fun. I feel like I would have fun with this sketch, but I unfortunately don't have the paper. Also, Jesteron, thank you for the resub. It's not balding because I would never be ashamed of liking black furry designs. This is fair. So your art style's so cool. I love your color choice. Thank you. That's actually not my color. That's not my art, I should say. That's someone else's. This is something that we did yesterday for a previous attack. And this is another one. I just bring these up because it's a little easier than... There's so many good designs on Art Fight. I only have 2 characters. Oh my god, who is this? I think this character's name This character's name is literally Binch number 2. The doggy, I keep forgetting that because I can't remember her name, and then I go to check and it's Binch number 2. I go crazy every time I see this. I'm glad. Did you do one of this character? We started an attack and then we didn't finish it. So that's why you probably recognize them. That's awesome. That's awesome. I think more people should name OCs like this. It's actually great. Those are cute characters you chose. Thank you. I try. I try to find characters that are to my design sensibilities. I've actually been having a... Are you male or female? I know it's a rude comment, but I really want to know. I'm new here. Here's what I'm going to say. I use he, him pronouns. However, I am, by, I guess, technical accounts, what someone would call gender fluid. So I know that that's going to be different depending on the day. But I would give you a piece of advice. You probably shouldn't ask that question to other people. I don't mind answering. I just think that it's going to piss other people off. I want to... The thing is, I really want to do like a proper foreshortening piece where I'm getting from the ground up. And that is such a challenging pose to get to not look wonky. Thank you for the pronouns thing, too. I love scrapbooking. Other artworks inspire me so much. Scrapbooking is one of the neat parts of doing traditional attacks this year, actually. I feel like it's bringing in other media and other textures into pieces. I've been asked before in MMB and I've gotten mad. That's the other thing, is that there's more than 2 options. Hot dog acquired. That is perfect summer food. God, I'm scared for my computer. I just heard my fan pick up. Should probably eat breakfast. Yes, you should. Alright, now here's the thing. What I could do... I'm gonna have a lot of left-leaning compositions, I just realized. Alright, hold on. I just realized that every single piece I've done has been... Well, this is diagonal. No, we gotta go the other way. We have to have a character facing a different way. You did mention Trial by Fire at the start of the stream. I did. That's one of the reasons I started with a human character right away. But part of that is also going to come from switching up the composition a bit. I should, I kind of want to draw a flip phone. I don't know if this character has a flip phone, but they do seem like they would. Took your advice and got Clip Studio, and it's been great. I've been able to get drawings done much faster. Oh, that's fantastic. I am genuinely glad to hear that people switch over, because Clip Studio is... I've used a lot of art programs in my day, and I have not found one that hits all of the marks the way that Clip Studio does. I'm going to break the canvas a little bit, but... Except I don't like that. Flip phone with an amount of charms that you could beat someone with. This is the goal, actually. Well, all right, hold on. If we're trying multimedia, if we're trying more multimedia things, right? What if flip phone, this was like cut out and gets drawn on a separate piece of paper? The character has like their face here. And then on a piece of paper underneath, what's the heart? It's like this, right? The thumb goes like straight up. God, sorry, I'm old. I don't know how to do things. That's because I'm drawing the hand backwards, because I'm an idiot. Because I think that we do peace signs too much. I need to change it up. The thing I love about physical collages is it forces you to use what you have around you, and I think that makes you, me at least, more creative. No, I agree. I was going to say, I feel that in our art quite a lot. I thought it was like pinching your thumb and index finger together, like this, right? Like, how the fuck? I don't know. I should probably find someone, a reference of somebody doing it. How many attacks are you planning to do this year? I have no number. Actually, and I would implore you to do the same. Don't plan a number of attacks to do. I would rather suggest you do types of attacks you want to get done, because not only will that make you feel more accomplished, it'll also make it so that you don't beat yourself up if you don't get there. Okay, hand there because I don't feel like blocking in the hand because I'm lazy and I don't want to look up reference right now. If you were holding a phone out, the thumb would be... Your hand would actually be wrapped around it. But I could put it at the bottom, like I was originally planning. I'll do that a little better. I can sketch a better hand than that, but the concept is there. This is a really fun idea. Thank you. I know that some parts of our system have a lot of fun with collages. The only problem with this... Oh, the charms are the other thing I should... They would probably go like here. That could be cut out as well. The only problem is it's losing a lot of the character's hair, which I think is actually one of the cutest parts of the design, which is kind of unfortunate. I could always save this idea to do with another OC, and then do something with her instead. You made drawing the body in perspective look so easy. That's one of the reasons I suggest thumbnailing, because thumbnailing will help you, and it does actually make things much, much easier. Speaking of which, the way you push yourself to do interesting compositions and ideas is very inspiring. Thank you, although I will say that's what ARTFIGHT's all about. You can... You know, you can do volume attacks, but for me, ARTFIGHT's about practicing new things. Also, let me see if I can find the character's owner's name. Hold on, I'm putting this here for the time being. Just so that I can share that with the chat. Grabbing the owner of that character. In case anyone else wants to attack them, too. Ugh, it keeps giving me a wait time. Why? Please, please let me into ARTFIGHT. You know, I suppose the other thing I could do is if I had the phone go halfway across the face, then I could have, like, the character's eye showing and then have the other half of their head out. I'll have to toy with that a bit. It's still giving me a wait time. You're good at finding characters? Thank you. I actually feel like I'm doing kind of bad right now because I'm actually running out of characters bookmarked. The website is still crashing and putting a waitlist on occasionally. Alright, well. I think they're bottling a lot of water in this Minecraft playthrough. What are you doing? That's exactly what they're doing. They're making mud. I was like, hello? It's only because you're selective. Wait, for finding characters? It definitely is. Sorry, the mud noises are kind of funny. I'll leave that thumbnail there for them. I can let them kind of toy with that a bit and see if that's what they want to do. This is one I've been interested in. Because if there was going to be any design that we collaborated on, I think it would probably be this one. Because my thought is, this would make a nice character to do a mixed media piece with. Probably long ways. I would really like to start having some more depth with my pieces. Just came back and I OMG this design. This character's name is Marigold. Like I said, I would love to be able to share the artists. If the site were up and running, I would. The mud noises are really funny. It is actually kind of like, it is kind of amusing. I wonder if I can get into my bookmarks while drawing. ARTFIGHT is up for me. It's the thing is it's up. It's just giving me a wait list. But pause, I got in. Alright, wonderful. So, you guys wanted Marigold and bench number 2. So here's the doggy that everyone was asking for. I'm just going to send them together in the same thing and then pin it. I thought you said bitch number 2. No, the character's name is quite literally bench number 2. Like, that is the character's name. I think you preemptively write them down before streams. I think that would be very smart, too. Unfortunately, I wasn't the part streaming yesterday, so I didn't even think about that. Here you go. To the YouTube stream. Is it too late to participate? I missed day 1. Not at all. You can join at any point in ARTFIGHT. You could even join at the very last day. 5,000 devil noises. Is there a bench number 1? Apparently there is. Drawing your characters while watching this is a mood. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. The mud noises are frying me. That is really, like, amusing me while drawing. Let's see. I'm wondering, I'm not a huge fan of this. This still looks flat. Every time Critter says pause, I imagine it sticking up its paws like Mr. Beast. Pause. Website worked and I bookmarked the cute unicorn. Awesome. The link you send goes to bench 1, though. Does it actually? Wait, so maybe the character's name is bench 1. No, you're not kidding. Right. Bench 2 is the cat. My bad. Sorry. Apologies. Also, Right, stream. I'm going to the library later to lock in for attacks. The library sounds like a beautiful place to work on ARTFIGHT attacks. Mixed up the benches. I did. Sorry, I feel like a monster. Okay, here's what I could also do. Again, with the mud and the water noises. I have done a lot of, like, tall wise compositions, so I did want to do more long wise. Although I don't actually dislike this. That's the problem, is that I keep doing these compositions that are tall wise and going, well, I like that better. And my thought is I could have kind of like, I might actually need to use the colored pencils for a moment. Currently drawing references for a cosplay I'm going to sew this summer. I'm happy that you're streaming earlier today. Welcome in. That sounds awesome, actually. Character has red claws. Just so that I can balance out where I'm going to place colors. And then I think their horn is also red, so I could have that extending past the moon, so that, it gets highlighted by the sky. I could probably do... I want to incorporate gold somewhere in it. So I'm going to zoom in. Background noise is making me want to play Minecraft. I was thinking about that earlier today. About wanting to go and play. Oop. I keep silencing, thinking the sirens are going to come this way, so I'm going to wait to see if they actually do this time. This will be the time they do, though. Watch. Hello, microphone. And this is... Alright, silencing. Irritating me. They have a job of irritating me. They're trolling me. Exactly. Here's the thing. I don't know if this should be... This might be the first one that we do that's like mixed ink and colored pencil. I feel like it would look good. I think this might be the one that we do that with. I have to make a disclaimer of telling people on ARTFIGHT not to slim down my fat OCs. What's your ARTFIGHT? I get pissed off when people do that too. Here's the thing, because then I could do golden roses with the thorns. I think that would look cool. Said scarily, what's your ARTFIGHT? So what is the mechanical pencil you're using right now? So it's not actually the mechanical pencil that has the colorful lead. This is just a Twist Erase Pentel pencil. The lead that you're looking at, and the reason that it's a different color, is it is the Uniball color lead. I am using red in this one, but I also have blue. I basically have like every color they have. And yes, those are Minecraft dirt noises. I don't know what animal that is, but I love it. It's meant to be a cursed unicorn. Originally a regular unicorn that gets cursed because it gets tricked into selling its powers. The cactus taco is my art fight. Interesting. Thank you. I think this may be the one that we go with, though. This is the best one. I do still really like this. I think the concept is strong. I love the characters' beads in their hair, though, so I don't want to take the beads away from the hair, which unfortunately by having the phone framing it, it does do that. I just don't know any other characters that it would fit. So that's why I am thinking maybe I need to tilt the phone a little bit so that it's only covering half the face. And that way you can still get some of the beads visible in the hair. And maybe counterbalance it with having, you know, the body tipped this way, but then having the hair flowing the opposite direction. That might be the way to go. I see. You're the person that did the angel clown. By the way, they liked that. The Jester Angel character, or the Jester Angel drawing, they liked and saw that. I don't think that they commented yet, but... You're out here collecting ARTFIGHT usernames. I try, especially if I hear someone has a character that's plus size and they're struggling to get people to draw them properly. Must be deaf as hell because I can't hear anything other than you. I could turn up the Minecraft noises if people want me to. Since the site has been working now, is it okay to share our art fights? Yes, okay, wait. So this is my one rule for sharing art fights in the stream. I am more than okay if you do. But please actually fully type out the sentence, my art fight is, so that we don't just have people, like, spamming usernames. Otherwise, it could get really quickly. And no links, that's the other thing. Alright, let's see. I have, I thought I had another character saved. They must be on Discord still. I know one of the things that the other guys want to do is make paper dolls. I can actually sketch those today. I can sketch the paper dolls because we have the paper that we use for those. So I'm going to do that. Back out a bit. Ignore Eevee, sorry. I need something to rest my arm on or else I'm going to get... That's one of the reasons I have the brace on today is because I ground my elbow into a wood desk, which is not good for it if you were wondering. I was curious about that. I hope your elbow feels better. Honestly, it's not too bad. It was just getting somewhere. It was getting to the point where I was like, I need to take care of it, because if I don't, it will start to hurt. It was just getting numb, which is nerve damage, so I need to be careful with that. In your art fight, you're okay with Candy Gore. Would cartoony brains be pushing the line? I would say that's fine. I don't think they'd mind that. Actually... No, actually, sorry. I'm speaking for them, but that's not... I don't think they would be comfortable with that, but thank you for asking. And I can explain, it's kind of funny. They're scared of zombies. I was wondering why they said no. I was like, what? They're scared of zombies, that's why. It reminds me of that one piece of the evolutions as different kinds of service dogs. Oh, that's cute. I don't know if I like this pose. I could do a leaning pose. Do you know if Sky likes lemon-flavored desserts? Absolutely. Critter froze. Lemon and blueberry specifically. Actually, Kobold, did you see that we listed foods? With you in mind, everyone listed out foods that they like and flavors that they like. Just to help make things a little easier. Who's the character on the left side of the page? This one? That's Marigold. Although I don't actually need this reference anymore, I realize. I didn't see that, don't worry. That's one of the reasons that I wanted to share. I don't know what to do with this character. I feel like he's a little more versed with drawing Sneasel. I could do one. Like, I could do, like, a grapple. Kind of like what he did with his persona. Thank you for letting me know. I should have asked before I started drawing, is there a way I could make it less scary? I could just make it a shiny dome. You know, let me tell you this. I think that if it's drawn cutely enough, they won't mind. I just... That's something I think they should have listed. That's not on you. I just don't think that they knew anyone would try to draw brains. But yes, you can join ARTFIGHT even when it started. I saw someone else ask that in the chat. Doing a clean core inspired piece with cleaning my brain smooth sort of thing, but I didn't want to gross them out. I fully understand. I fully understand. Ooh, I guess I already have that one. Okay, cool, that's still on. Sorry, I'm putting up the reference for the current character that I'm drawing. Just so everyone can see. Yoinking people's users to add them. I'm really struggling with this pose. Sneasel. It's probably completely unsurprising that Red went through the entire Sneasel and Zangoose tag on ARTFIGHT. Can ARTFIGHT drawings be traditional as well? Well, if they can't, then I'm in a bit of trouble, huh? Can we get the link to the Sneasel I'm doing a Sneasel Mass Attack? Sure. Let me grab that. If I can get to ARTFIGHT. Yeah, alright, it's working now. Jesus Christ, he has 21 characters bookmarked. You know, I guess he's excited. Also, here is the Sneasel. The Sneasel lover looking for Sneasels, I wonder why. Literally like going, I wonder why the truffle hog is nosing around in the underbrush. Here is the Sneasel for the YouTube stream. And traditional is allowed, but many people will list their specific preferences on it on their page. If it's not mentioned, it should be fine. Do people actually not prefer to get traditional attacks? I've never encountered it, so, like, I've never seen anyone say they don't want it before. Can I say something kind of mean? You know, I wouldn't go out of my way to do something for someone that they don't want. But my thought is, like, if you don't want a specific kind of attack, I don't think that you should be on ARTFIGHT. It's like saying that you don't want someone to give you... I guess that's like making a Christmas list, which is something that people do, but it's a gift at the end of the day. It's a bit silly to say that you would only want a specific kind. I guess a lot of people tend to treat ARTFIGHT like it's a commission, and that always makes me scratch my head, because it's like, well, it's really not. Do you mean traditional, you mean like on paper? Yeah, traditional attacks like on paper are allowed. I would. They should grow up. Here's the thing. I'm not going to do it because, unfortunately, I'm in a bit of a compromised position where that's going to be like, Four Leaf Island harassing innocent art fight user YouTube video, 500,000 views. Um, but I do think it's a bit ridiculous because it's an art gifting game. It's like complaining about free food, exactly. That said, don't go out of your way to bother people that do that. It's not worth your time. I think it's kind of funny. How do you feel about perms against mass attacks? I've seen them before, and I'm not sure what I think about them. I don't really get that either. Again, it's not a commission, but it's one of those things where, like, just because I think what someone's doing is strange doesn't mean that I have any say over it. It's just I would not attack them anyway. I'd reply in that video, I'd do it again. I love you, Lemmy. There was a discourse about traditional attacks on Twitter a few days ago, and do you see how this always comes back to Twitter? How it always comes back to Twitter. This is why you should not be on Twitter. I'm not even scolding you like it's your fault to see the discourse. It's just, why go into the pit of adders if you didn't want to see snakes? Preferring different mediums is against ARTFIGHT's TOS and be reported. Oh, that's beautiful. That's so beautiful. I didn't know that. And good. Everyone should uninstall Twitter right now. Twitter is just, if you wanted to constantly be clocking into the piss me off factory and see the worst opinions given volume all the time. Meanwhile, I have been very much enjoying doing my traditional attacks. Also here, hold on. Let me put the mechanical pencil lead brand there so it's a little easier to see. I do understand not wanting your characters to interact with strangers. I personally don't care. But I guess if you have OCs that you're like very specific about how you want them to exist in art, that especially if it's like, you know, don't draw romantic art of this character with other characters, I get that. I understand that. But not wanting mediums, I'm like, well, at that point, my love, you are just asking for a commission. I think you should probably save some money because you're not playing ARTFIGHT for the reason why I don't use Twitter. You're right, I need to get off Twitter. I say so only lovingly. I am not mad at you. I am not scolding you. I was once a Twitter user. And every day that I'm off of it and someone says, did you see that this was happening on Twitter? I'm like, no. I don't miss it a damn bit. I did see someone go, only want attacks of the same skill level as me, and I went to reply, so you wouldn't accept attacks from people better than you said you admire, right? Since they're not on the same skill level. Oh, Lemmy. Lemmy, are you perhaps an Aries? I don't actually believe in astrology, but I would for you. You're not. Your birthday was recently. What are you? You're a Gemini? Also, wait, welcome into the first time chatter from Violent Lavafish. Been to a couple of YouTube streams, but this is my first time watching. Welcome in. I mean, you're completely correct, too, because you know that they're only talking about artists that they consider beneath them, which is, like, incredibly conceited, but what are artists if not a ball of ego and pencils? I'm a Gemini, I think. You know, that does... Two of me. People are against traditional art attacks, because I don't know. I couldn't tell you because there's nothing wrong with me. Well, there are things wrong with me, but that's not one of them. The moment someone mentions Twitter, something happening on Twitter, I immediately disregard it as nonsense. Here's the thing. Again, Twitter gives voice to people that I would never speak to. And they would get mad about it. And it's like, well, yes, because you're a miserable person. You are a tar pit. I would rather live my life happily, and you're actively choosing to be miserable. That's why I always recommend people get off of it, because I think you will be much happier when you do. Remember to snack, stretch, and hydrate. Actually, speaking of touching grass, one of the reasons I've been doing the earlier streams is because I can go out and walk after them. I only ask people to ask before adding OCs to mass attacks. Mass attacks tend to jump through permissions or can just cause a lot of headaches, and if I was involved, I'd kill everyone in them myself. I understand. So I could never understand how people would be negative about free art, not counting making unnecessarily big deal about incredibly minor issues. When it comes to not drawing characters like plus-sized if they're plus-sized, or whitewashing characters, fully understand. That's one of those things where it's like, it may be free art, but that's just decency. Like, you should not do that to someone else's character, because it flies in the face of a gift to be drawing a character in a way that is not actually, their design. So Sneasel. Been collecting Sneasel and Weavile cards. Ooh, hold on. Another Mustelid Pokemon, so cute. That's awesome. Also, welcome in. Twitter is like the red sauce that makes you evil. I like that comparison. That's fun. I think this should be weighted to the point where it will balance, because if this hooks onto something, this part can go onto a desk, and this should, like on a shelf, it should be able to hold itself up. We'll see. I am going to take a break from thumbnailing to do some actual sketches for a second. I like the way you hold a pencil. Thank you, I have autism. Whitewashing or not drawing them plus size is like saying, hey, here's my gift, shoots you a little bit. Well, exactly. It's very different. It's very different than, like... Okay, here's the thing, right? Do you know why I don't take Twitter seriously when it's like don't draw my character's traditional attacks, art fight discourse, what have you? Twitter is also the same place that said that it's rude to bake food for your neighbors if you don't know if they like that food. Like, they were saying that it is wrong and manipulative to make a tray of cookies for your neighbor if you don't know what kind of cookies they like. I'm being dead fucking serious here. There was an entire thing, or like a tray of lasagna. Another person was like, if you have leftovers, don't give me your shitty leftovers. I don't want your home-cooked food. And I'm just sitting here like, wow. I'm so glad that I don't live in whatever horrible world that you people live in, because I would be delighted to receive food from a neighbor, especially a home-cooked meal. Me, when I'm the evil that wants attention. And again, that's what I mean. This is not the majority of people. Twitter is a Feed the Trolls website, exactly. Who is saying this? Twitter users. That's why I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's just not worth going on. It's not worth going on. I would suggest everyone expeditiously leave and delete your account for your mental peace. I remember that. It was the last time I used Twitter. The last time I think I used Twitter was people talking about whether or not... Oh, what was it? It was something about art. Like whether or not using references when drawing was cheating. Like if you could use a photo reference, or if that made you a bad artist. And I'm just like, I need to leave. I need to never be here again so I don't drive myself insane. Also, yes, you can share the IDs of characters we think look cool. You're more than welcome to do that, Periel. It's not unreasonable to not want food made by a stranger, but why be rude? No, exactly. Here's the thing. You can always politely decline. Okay, for reference. I am not the biggest fan of casseroles. It's like a textural issue for me. But if someone offered me food, I would just be like, oh, thank you. I actually just had something to eat, so I'm okay. Or if they gave it to me and were like, oh, well, you can take it for later, either I would politely accept and then try to, find someone that would eat it so that it wouldn't get wasted. Or I would just straight up tell them, hey, I'm sorry, I have textural issues, I can't eat it, but I really appreciate the thought. Like, being honest... People want to find a quick way to not have to be honest and share their feelings. Or you can just say thank you and give it to someone. That's exactly what I mean. It's ridiculous. Alright, let's see. Wait, where the hell is the... I know he thumbnailed it. Oh, it's on this page. Aren't you supposed to use reference in order to improve? Yes, that's like, for hundreds and hundreds of years, people have been learning to draw by studying photo references and real-world references, which is one of the reasons why it's such a ridiculous conversation to have, and the second that you step away from it and realize that everyone involved is probably like 14, it makes you question why you ever listened to it to begin with. Oh, I should probably bring up the character reference, huh? Which ARTFIGHT team are you on? I'm on comedy. Where are you? There you are. Twitter users treat living life as a game show where you need to get every question right without help, and if you pick the wrong one, you lose. And also, like, oh, hello. Everything just decided to shift over ever so slightly. And reality TV, importantly. I would argue that if you plan to make food for someone, it's smart to ask about dietary restrictions. The conversation specifically, because I agree, if you're planning to make food for someone, you should ask for dietary restrictions. That's polite. The conversation was surrounding leftovers when you make too much of something. Specifically, like a neighbor makes too much of a dinner and then knocks on your door and asks, would you like some? I wish teenagers had a place to socialize online that wasn't Twitter. I miss DeviantArt every day. So here's the trouble with this, is the tail is so large to work as a hook that I don't know if there's going to be enough room for everything. That thing is adorable, dude. Whose character is that? I am so happy to share the characters. Hold on, let me grab them. I wish that I had them more readily available. I will say that Silver was looking for characters all the way up until the event, so he's got the most bookmarks of us all. Here you are. I wish DeviantArt wasn't an AI site. I agree completely. I hate that it is. It's so antithetical to what it originally existed for. Well, okay, I have complicated feelings on DeviantArt. DeviantArt existed as a site to give artists somewhere to share their work, and unfortunately, part of the reason for that was because it was like a copyright safe haven. ArtStation also has AI. Also, the Trio C thing I just sent to chat, that's the character I just sent. Sad part is teenagers are also being phased out of real life. There's just nowhere for them to go. No, and I think that's part of the reason why that the internet becomes so insane, is because there's just nowhere for them to hang out in real life, so instead they're all killing each other online. To be fair, teenagers killed each other online when I was younger too. It's just that usually people went, oh, that's a teenager, and then stopped listening. And now it's like, I don't know how I'm going to fit this on the page. Hold on. You might be too big. I guess I could just make it smaller. It's where everyone went to share their furry art, and all the creators were either 15-year-old girls or 30-year-old men. No, you're completely right. Alright. Maybe the real solution here is to draw the head. Block out the body. The neck's also longer than I'm making it. I'm going to be so honest with him. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit this one on this piece of paper. It would end up being so tiny that I don't think the alcohol markers are going to be able to color it. I could do the Sneasel, though. To go back to the Sneasel, because the Sneasel's a pretty square comp, so it's not too difficult. Red's gotten so good with colored pencils. I was saying earlier, when I don't know if you were here when I was showing off my failed attempts in Yaz, but I attempted colored pencils and it's making me realize how much he has excelled at them, because it took me twice of trying colored pencils, and I was like, I simply do not have the gentle nature that is required for this medium. They are difficult. I end up pressing too hard. That was my struggle. They were good inking practice though, so it was something. I made him a new sketch. They are very time consuming, but I do love colored pencil work. I think part of what he enjoys is actually that they're a bit time consuming, because it's like a forced slowdown. It makes you relax a little bit. All right. Possibly, I should probably draw the forest extreme first. I also understand if people have hangups about receiving gifts. My friend was in a relationship where her ex got upset when she didn't react like he wanted, but if that's something you're upset about, then maybe don't art fight. Well, I mean, that's kind of the thing. It is a gift giving and receiving game, so that's part of the reason that I don't have my son on art fight. I don't particularly like people drawing them, so. This is a really good challenge, dang. Oh, like fitting the guy on the page? I made the head too big. If you're open to questions at the moment, artists feeling jealousy of other artists a lot, but since your alters have different styles and things they draw, do you ever get jealous of them? Jealous, yes, but for other reasons, not art related. I actually don't really. Some of the other members of my system, I don't particularly like their art. I don't think that it's bad. I just don't. It's not to my taste. And any time that someone has a skill that I don't have, I would simply try to learn it. Because I don't like being bested. So that's part of the reason that I've been trying colored pencils, because I don't like not knowing something that the other parts do. Jealousy, though, usually comes from lack of experience, or because someone gets to experience something that you don't. Dead captions? Hold on, let me fix them. I always wonder why that happens. Oh, hold on. The captions are dead because the website is down. So there are now no more captions. I apologize. I should probably take that out of the title. That's a shame. Sometimes it ends up getting overrun, so they don't work for a bit. They should be back tomorrow. Usually it takes like a day for them to get fixed. Watching you draw is like watching my big brother draw ponies in 2013. That's actually really sweet. My little sisters used to watch me draw Pokemon, ponies, all sorts of things when I was younger. The funny thing is I did a fantastic job with the little thumbnail there, but now I'm trying to translate it to a bigger piece of paper and I'm getting my ass beat. My lunch break? Oh, are you watching during? Welcome in. I hope that you've had a nice day at work so far. I am also having the character looking toward the viewer, just because I think that's more intriguing than how I originally had it. Is ARTFIGHT still down at all? Yesterday it was very slow. It's up, it's slow, but you can post and you can see things. Every so often I've been able to go grab a link for whatever character I was working on, because people have been asking. I actually think this character has a shorter ear because it's a female Sneasel. I realized I was drawing the ear too long. Honestly, I'm glad they did the waitlist because I think it's helping with traffic a lot. It is. It is very much helping with traffic. I think it's a smart way to get around having the site completely crash the first few days. It's tedious, especially when you want to go grab something, but, you know, if you're drawing in the background, then you have something to do in the meantime anyway. I like how the scratch sounds like blocks being placed. Well, you actually are hearing Minecraft blocks being placed, if that's what you were referring to, because there is Minecraft ASMR in the background. That is just true. Also, Wolfie Pubs, thank you for the resub. How does it feel to be on the same team as Andrew Hussey? I have to say, when I found out that Hussey is actually on ARTFIGHT this year, it did give me a moment of pause, and I had this just to conclude the conversation on Twitter, because I dare not say its name much more. I feel like I'm going to, like, summon swaths of locusts if I do. I recall there being another piece of, like, discourse on Twitter years ago, and it recycles every year, that's how I know it's pointless, about whether or not it's ethical for artists of a certain, like, audience size to be allowed to play ARTFIGHT. Like, if you have too many followers, should you even be allowed to play? And someone replied, if Toby Fox wanted to play ARTFIGHT, could he? And for a moment, I when I saw Hussey was on ARTFIGHT, I was like, did he see that? Did he see that tweet and go, you know what would be really funny? It's stupid. Everyone should be allowed to play. No, exactly. Yeah, Hussey wrote Homestuck. And I really, really hope that that's why he's on it. I can't imagine why the hell else he would be, other than just because he's Hussey and that's just how he's always operated. But I really hope that that's what happened. I hope he saw someone say, would Toby Fox be allowed to join ARTFIGHT? And he was like, hold my beer. He was also accepting random connection requests. Vriska has 50 connections. That's so beautiful. I don't even like Homestuck, but I'm happy. I'm happy for the level of chaos that's being caused. Toby, don't call me Radiation Fox. Yes. Toby's not on ARTFIGHT. Toby, to my knowledge, is not on ARTFIGHT. But his old roommate, Andrew Hussey, the creator of Homestuck, is on ARTFIGHT. To not conflate the information. I think I've made Sneasel's face too pointy. It doesn't look cute anymore. You draw so interesting. The lines are so confident. Thank you. It's I draw in pen a lot, so this is actually much more forgiving than my typical medium. I think I actually need to make this like a little more tilted. The head also feels too far down on the body, which is annoying because it is going to mean switching. Why are there Minecraft songs? They help me focus. Oh yeah, I don't know if it's common knowledge, but Undertale was made in Hussey's basement. Like, Undertale the game only exists because while Toby was working on it, he lived with Andrew Hussey while they were working on Homestuck. If you like Undertale Deltarune, that's because you like Homestuck humor cadence, unfortunately. Unfortunately. That's one of the reasons, being someone that's not a fan of Homestuck is like every time there's a family reunion for Undertale Deltarune, seeing your unwanted uncle. Jello, hello. Oh, are you? Pretty well. Welcome in. Toby Fox also voiced in the Homestuck pilot and has returned to working on the soundtrack of Homestuck. Yeah, he'd made... I mean, notably Megalovania Sans song was in Homestuck. It is a Homestuck song initially. How are you only going to be doing physical attacks this year? Or, sorry, are you? Yes, I am only doing physical attacks. I'm not doing any digital. Staring at a computer screen all summer long is bad for one's health. This is giving Bratman lives in Bruce Wayne's basement. Yeah. Alright, I need to... The head is the thing that's killing me. I think that I'm making it too long. Like, top-down long. Why don't you like Homestuck? I thought it was a nice series. I simply didn't like it. I don't know. Must I provide a moral reason for not enjoying the humor or pacing of something? Do you not also just dislike things sometimes? I don't like vanilla ice cream. Actually, that's a lie. I like vanilla ice cream. I don't like chocolate ice cream. Did chocolate ice cream need to shoot someone for me to not like it? The rest of us staring at computer screens. Here's what I'm going to say. I appreciate everyone being here, but after stream's done, or even while watching stream, I would highly implore you to spend some time outside. It is the summer after all. It's part of the reason I'm doing traditionals, because then I can carry my attacks with me. Alright, that's already looking better. So you hate waffles? There's a heat advisory. Oh, there is. I'm still going out. I have an ice pack. And I also recommend that you go out safely. But it's nice. It's 100 degrees out? Oh yeah, it's 105 here. Can I post an attack I made for you on my accounts? Absolutely you can. That is your art. You can post it wherever you like. .420 viewers blaze it. I should celebrate by getting weed. Maybe that will be my walk today. Beautiful world. Maybe that will help me do colored pencils. I need to channel my headmate, stoner headmate summoning. Get high and help me do colored pencils. That sounds awesome. That's how he does it. He just gets stoned and then draws for like 3 hours. Critter is like, you better go touch the grass, and I respect it. Listen, you can give me 1,001 reasons why you can't go outside, and I'm going to help you find... I go outside in the rain. There is always going to be a reason to not do something. You must find solutions, not reasons not to. Orvat, I'm not your father. I don't care. Well, I do care, but I don't care to fight you. Do you have any tips with doing buildings? Yes, all buildings are cubes or cylinders. And you can break down the shapes within them into cubes and cylinders, and that will help you immensely. The secret to getting good at art is weed. The secret to, I guess, not beating the shit out of your paper is weed. Like I said, unfortunately, I tend to brutalize the materials that I work with, so... I cannot do colored pencils because they require you to be gentle. But maybe that will help me. Also, any suggestions on how to get over the fear of going outside alone? Are you scared about what will happen, or are you scared about people? Because typically, if something scares me, I just start getting angry, and then I do it because of the anger instead of the fear. Instead of avoiding it because of the fear, I do it because of the anger. I don't know, my suggestion is get pissed off, I guess. Having someone say, yes, you can do that, is so mind-blowing. Like, wow, I can go outside in the heat. 40 degrees Celsius? Oh no, I was going to say. Here as well. Where's... If you have a little keychain hook guy with them to your bag... Oh, hold them when you get your nervous? Yeah, keychain buddies. A lot of people do that. Taking attack very literally, I see. I think it's because I'm used to working with ink, because you do have to be... I mean, ink does require somewhat of a refined touch, but it's also one where you have to work quickly and kind of confidently, and so working with something that needs you to be gentle and kind of deliberate is not my strong suit. Since we're talking about Undertale, do you have a favorite character? Alright, this is where I'm going to say, let a guy speak a little plural. Our system likes Undertale. I don't care for it. I don't hate it, I just have no interest in it. I am much more a fan of Off than I am of Undertale. I have utmost respect for Undertale, and I think that there are definitely funny bits, but it's just simply not for me. It's a bit young, I'll say. However, if you're asking, like, plus, like everybody, I know that Sky's favorite character is Toriel and Azriel. Yellow is Frisk... No, sorry. Kara and Azriel. And both of them also like Alphys. Isn't Off the baseball game? I think calling Off a baseball game is like asking if the Bible is the carpentry book. Does that make sense? If you don't know anything about Off, you should probably play Off. I mean, when mindful white guy get a little plural. I don't actually know if anyone else likes Off. Or not Off. Likes Undertale. Oh, I'm an idiot. I think that Red prefers Deltarune, and his favorite character is Susie. And I don't think that... I also think White's kind of just, like, neutral on Undertale Deltarune. You know, they're fine, just not, like, our speed. I don't think a baseball was ever shown or mentioned in... No, there is one scene in Off where there is a baseball. And it's Batter's attack on Ballville. Or, sorry. The attack on Ballville, because it's not Batter, it's Ballman, right. Susie goated choice. Also, isn't the Off protagonist... Yes, the Off protagonist is called the Batter, but then there's a separate character that's called the Ballman, which is different. I shed. Thank you to Aspen. Yes, Off is the baseball dude. If you saw him on Flipnote, you probably have seen the Batter. And dead. I like when someone comes into stream, starts spamming, and then I hear a gun click, and then they're gone. My brother has the Off physical copy on the Switch. That's very cool. Also, is that the night music? Critter, do you have a house built? Wait, alright. Not to be a noob. Is there music that plays specifically at night in Minecraft? I know that there's music that plays specifically in the Nether, and that's some of my favorite music, but I didn't realize that there were time of day musics too. Oh wait, there's a bandana on this character. And I will leave this for him to color, because I know that this is a character he wanted to do. Unfortunately, I am all out of black and white characters to draw. with ink work. I mean, I guess I could try to poke around and find something and do like a smaller ink piece. Goodbye, I'm off to play Sky. Good luck with the art. Thank you. Explorers of Sky is a fun game. I like Mystery Dungeon games in general. They're not like my favorite type of game, but I like... It's essentially like puzzle chess. It's like chess with more steps and more problems. Do the batter next? Well, the only problem is that I don't believe the batter is on ARTFIGHT. So I would not be able to do the batter. I can, however, check my bookmarks. See if she's bookmarked any characters I could do. None that particularly strike me, unfortunately. Could give the other paper doll a shot, too. Your art style's so cute. Thank you. I never even considered looking through off OCs. Wait, that's clever. I could probably do that. Hold on. I'm writing a note to myself. Mortis Ghost joins ARTFIGHT. The crowd goes wild. You know, I wonder if they'd have to make a rule for that, because here's the thing. I know that ARTFIGHT is meant to be like a gifting game between artists, but I wonder if people would, hold on. I actually do want to take the brace off, too. That hurt. It feels a little better, though. I can hear my boyfriend work in the other room. Alright, so... I really want to crack my knuckle. But I can only get the pinky right now. Is that Forrest talking in the background? Yes, he is working currently. Let me swap out who's here. Actually don't know if I have the Hollow Knight OCI saved. I know I have it in my Discord server. I wonder if colored pencil would work better on the multimedia paper. I'm now wondering if that would be fine on this paper. Is Forrest no longer a barista? Forrest is training to be an insurance advisor. So he is still a barista. Oh, I also realized I have this one. I don't really want to draw this character, but I could get the sketch done at least. You say Critter lives near a swamp or a beach? Definitely near a beach. Critter actually lives in the middle of a reef or lagoon. I would really like this to be bigger, is the only problem. I guess this is just to show you guys. I can have it up on my screen too. Oh, I suppose the other thing I could do for him is, hold on, forget thumbnailing this. I will be doing the Hollow Knight OC in a second, though. Don't be sad. That's coming soon. I just realized that there's this character to do the actual sketch for instead of just thumbnailing, because this is also going to be a multimedia piece. So if I can get the sketch done, then he can start that. He's been a bit of a glutton for art fight attacks this year. I think at least of all of the thumbnails that are in here, all of them except for like 3 are his. That's what this one is here. Well, I thought it was going to be multimedia, but now I'm looking at it, it might actually just be a acrylic marker. If you no longer do commissions, how do you make money as an artist? I have a shop, and I do streams. And YouTube. There are many, many ways to make money as an artist that are not just commissions. Actually, commissions is one of the worst ways to make money. It's fun. Like, I like doing commissions for people, but in terms of actual time input into it, it is the least time efficient. However, that's part of the reason that I like doing stuff like this, because I like doing art for people. And I also like eating. Commissions are kind of a hassle. It's a lot of communication, and the problem with it is if you spend 6 hours on a commission and you're charging even $120 for it, which is like still pretty expensive for a commission. $120, if you do that every single day of the week, you know, you're working like 6-hour shifts every single day of the week, is still not going to be enough. You're still going to be making about what you would make at a day job, and that's assuming you don't burn out. I'm gonna make a sea angel fursona. Oh, please do. I've seen some really cute sea angel fursonas before. The only problem is that this paper does not like how hard I sketch. You're living like a FNAF security guard. That's all to say, too, that you actually have an audience for commissions of that price. Because, unfortunately, not everyone's got $120 to drop on art, especially not frequently. Got my first set of comms ever, and I realized it's pretty draining. It is. It's work. Like, I think that when you make so many original pieces, especially ones that you don't have much control over what you accept and what you deny, when you start out, that is, it's a lot. How do people who aren't YouTuber artists make money? They will design for companies, so think logos, assets. Ooh. My desk started raising. Game companies are a big one. A lot of artists that I know work for game companies. Toy companies are another one. Could be storyboarding, and animation is a possibility, though it is a shrinking avenue, I've found, because a lot of stuff in the States is being exported to other countries. Just got my first events. That's awesome. Are your adopts a reliable source of income? No, absolutely not. I would never recommend someone do adopts as a source of income, especially because the adopt community can be really hostile. I have had nothing but pleasant experiences with the actual people that have adopted my characters, but once, you have to think about it this way. Toy House is dominated by people who like OCs, which can be anyone who is, you know, an adult that just likes characters, to starving artists to 15-year-olds. You make too much money on a platform where there's other people that are also trying to make money, and it's like putting a giant target on your back. Plus, you have to think about designs in this sense. You're not always going to have the best ideas you know, you're going to have your flops. And even sometimes you're not going to have a flop. It's just you're going to have something that no one's interested in. It's not a good way to make money because it relies on interest, and sometimes that's just not going to, it's just not going to land. It's fun. I love to do it. But it's not like if I had to stop doing it, I'd be fine. So every 15 minutes or so, I check on stream and you keep changing up what you're drawing. Well, it's just because I finished what I was doing before. So I am going to have this move over a bit. The ear is really kicking my ass. I said this about Sneasel too, though. His thumbnails are... He manages to get some really nice shapes in while also keeping things on proportion. With income, you want consistency, yes. You want a regularly rotating, consistent paycheck. You want schedule, you want something that you know how much it's going to be, and if you can put in more hours and make more, that's great, but you want to have a minimum so that you can actually pay your rent. Water check, thank you. And here's the thing. You can do that with commissions. But for how long? Like, what if you get injured? What if you don't have ideas for pieces? You could even streamline the process and offer pretty, like, basic commission styles that you just rinse and repeat, but again, that's relying on you not burning out and getting tired of that. I would say that the best way to make money as an artist, especially if you're just starting out, is how I started, which is work something on the side, pay your bills that way, and then start seeing if you can make money doing certain things as an artist. But focus primarily on your enjoyment and your skill development, and opportunities find their way to you while doing that. If you are constantly hustling and trying to make money with art, not only are you going to start to hate it, you're also going to scare away people that might be interested in working with you because you're only going to be working on products. This Rabbit OC is so cool. Is there a link? Oh, I didn't send it. Let me grab it. I'm a big fan of your channel. Thank you. Grab. I think this is in his folder. ARTFIGHT isn't loading again, though, which is the only problem. Oh, there we go. I was a little worried that I was fibbing and I wasn't going to be able to get it to you. Here you go. Oh! Gone? I have no idea why it went away, but listening, learning. Really good advice. Thank you. I handle our financials, so I'm very acquainted with it. And that's for the YouTube chat, too. The digital ref on screen fixes the reflective surface issue from yesterday. It does. The thing is, I do still have the iPad in front of me, but that's easy for me to see and off the screen for you all. But you can still see the character. Minecraft bunny. I don't think the character is meant to be a Minecraft character. I just have Minecraft noises in the background to focus. I'm terrible at drawing more moe facial expressions, though. I just finished an attack waiting for ARTFIGHT to let me in. Oh, is it like chugging again? Let's see. I think the bangs come down like this. And the character has dot eyebrows. It might be easier to cut this character out than to do just straight drawing on the page. ARTFIGHT is chugging fork-founded kitchen. It is. I love it. I love the site in the game. This is part of the tradition to me. I think this would probably constitute as a half body, because you're getting arms, some leg, but not the feet and full features. It's like waiting in a long-ass red line at free cons. It's part of the experience. Yeah, exactly. I love that the art fight just has a waiting room now. It's everyone hanging out in line to show their art off to the cool gallery. The only trouble of it is it means that it's a little harder to browse around attacks and like thank people for them, but hopefully once things slow down that gets a little easier. You know, maybe that'll be something that you do at the end of the event is you can go back and thank people for their attacks and stuff. Oh. My mouse cursor is inverted because the way that I record the stream, or the, like, live stream, is on a phone camera, but it means that I have to flip it to the side. But I apologize, that was on the screen for a second. I didn't see that. Also, hello, welcome in. I drew the hood too small. Be a better armrest. I don't get mad when people don't revenge. It's more like when people don't thank me. I think thanking for attacks should be common courtesy. I think, you know, I'm slow to it. I actually finally just got through last year's worth of attacks and thanking people for them. Oh, this lead's almost out. I was like, why is this, like, running out so quickly? Come on. So, what is the name of this character and who does it belong to? This character's name is Slash, and let me grab the link. I know there's more in here. I actually think that I have the link still. Yep, there you are. I just thought you used a mirrored version of the cursor. No. I might need to have this kind of bevel out a bit. How many characters do you have bookmarked? My personal folder, I think there's about 8. Total, I want to say maybe 40, but we've already chewed through a few of them, so I'm going to need to look for more. Also, thank you for the hydrate routine. It's an elbow rest plushie. Very much needed. Did you have a day job before doing art full time? I feel like income as an independent artist is hard to make consistent. Yes. We, Forrest and I, my fiance, both worked as baristas for years. And I only quit baristaing when I was making more doing art total than I was making at my job as a barista. So it was kind of stupid to keep working as a barista because it was like, well, at this point, it's, you know, the one is beating out the other. Any time that I spend as a barista is time that I could be working as an artist and making more money. And importantly, be doing the thing that's actually, like, that actually matters to me. So what kind of Minecraft songs do you have playing right now? Is it anything... It's a no-talking long play. I like to listen to them because they're not as distracting as, like, the, you know, 5,000 bass boom explosion noise ones that sometimes get turned into videos. I like the quiet Minecraft playthroughs better. You two meet at work? The story of how we met is a bit funny. We met while I was living in my grandmother's basement after being homeless, and he saw videos that I had been posting on TikTok, thought they were funny and that I was charming, and so he followed me. I saw his account get recommended to me, so I followed him back. And then I had started streaming at the time, not as a job, it was just as a hobby. When I say that I didn't expect this to become my job, I genuinely mean it. I was just doing it for fun. And I was playing Night in the Woods and talking about how the game was based off of the area where I was living at the time. And he was like, yeah, living here sucks. And I was like, hold on. You're also from here? And so then we started talking outside of stream, because he had been watching that stream and said that. Both of us were like, we're both trans. We're trying to move out of our homes. We want a roommate that's not going to kill us, so maybe we should hang out and see if we're compatible. So we did schedule time to hang out, and then ended up liking each other more than just roommates, and then we started dating. And then after a few months of dating, we moved in together. Because that was already the plan, it just, it had extra steps once we realized that we wanted to date. And they were roommates. There are a lot of steps to it that make the story funnier. Like, I am admitting that the reason that he followed me is because I baked snickerdoodles for my friends, but I made dick-shaped ones and called them dickerdoodles. But I mixed them in with the regular ones, and I didn't tell anyone that I was doing it, because I wanted to see if they would ask about it, and I only told one other person so that they could act as kind of like a monitor for me. And because he likes immature humor and also baking, he thought that was charming. So roommates till lovers? Yeah, basically. Let's see what else. I made an edit that has become a meme since, which I still think is crazy, of the cowboys from Brokeback Mountain with text over it saying, anyone want to be boy best friends, as an attempt to let him know that I liked him when, before he knew that. And he'd never seen Brokeback Mountain, so he didn't know that that was me hitting on him. He just thought that I was being really friendly. So it came to a point where I just told him directly, I was like, I am romantically interested in you. I think you are handsome. I would like to be your friend if that is not something you're interested in, but I do like you. And he was like, oh, okay, cool, I like you too. And I was like, well, thank God. I was over here thinking I'm insane. That was me, yes. There was a lot of things that you've probably seen that I made. Also, thank you for the posture check. I am tripping. Also, I don't know if this is a racer bunny, but I do really like the aesthetic of the character. Anyone want to be boy best friends? Got me a boyfriend too. Thank you for your service. I will forever help and love other hopeless transgender gay people. I will help you if I can. Thank goodness for clear communication. Here's the thing. I am never going to be shy about something if I want it. I will just directly ask. And he's quite the opposite. He will sometimes die before he expresses a desire of any kind. But to me, that's kind of part of the fun of the cat and mouse in our relationship, so I am okay with it. I like how every meme and road leads back to gay furry. Oh, absolutely. Here's the thing. I think because the hair was absent in the sketch, I had a little bit more of a dynamic silhouette. But I don't think that's impossible to recreate. I will too be a little shy, fearful to say something, but my body language will be screaming it from the top of the mountains. That's sweet. I think. So I could have it like the can is kind of resting on the inside of the leg. Yeah, this ended up working out pretty well. Even though it's not exactly as dynamic as the original one, I still think it looks alright. Just submitted my first attack. That's awesome. Congratulations. This leg. And I'll try and smooth this out. I mean, I want it to be obvious that it's a can. What size do you use for the collage section of your OCs? I believe it is 1000 by 300 pixels, that is. Now, the trouble is the words in the background, actually. Watching butter melt right now, my entertainment. Amir, I adore you. What are you melting the butter for? Are you baking? So I wonder why YouTube chat has a leaderboard. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie, kind of just drawing right now. Not for ARTFIGHT, but for finishing a drawing I had not finished. I forget how good and calming this is for me. It is good for you. It's, you know, I am someone that can be a bit intense with myself sometimes. In college, I would really beat the shit out of myself getting things done. It's like working 3 jobs and also going to school and doing extracurriculars and credits and shit. And every time I sat down to draw, I would go, I forget that I actually can enjoy things. Oh, welcome in. Do we have raiders? Hello, hello, Eve Plays. Hopefully you guys had a lovely stream. You know, here's the other thing. I think the reason that this looks a little off is because there's not as much room for the neck, but I think that I can manufacture that by drawing the collar. And then having the hood kind of come down the back. Stream was nice. Going to help my sister now. Have fun. No worries. And thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, so the straps on the arm are here. Stretch critter, you're not allowed to cramp. Oh, thank you. I am also leaning on my arm again, I've noticed. I have a bad habit of doing that. It just kind of helps me steady the whole rest of the paper. But the problem is, grinding your joints into wood is really not good for them, if you were curious. I also feel like there should be some clothing fold here. It wasn't in the original sketch, but I think that's because the arm was very straight. And it still is, but I also just think it would make more of an interesting composition if there was like some folds. You guys are dynamic with framing and posing. It's really inspiring. Thank you. I love to use ARTFIGHT to practice because it's not commissions. I can really just do whatever the hell I want. Instead of having to offer, like, this is a half-body commission, this is a full-body commission. I can just go, like, well, what if I go my random bullshit? What if I just do whatever the hell I wanted? I can't remember who it was that said that maybe we should look into offering commissions of that, though. Like, just literally, like, draw what you want commissions with a flat price. Could be interesting. I hate the wait time for ARTFIGHT. I was getting frustrated while trying to find references for it too. However, I will say this. My friend Lemmy pointed out, I think I would much rather wait times than have to not get to the site at all. So it's like a happy medium. There's going to be traffic. It's a busy game. What do you mean the solution to joint pain isn't trying to crush them into the wood until you hear the crunch? That is bad. So that is bad for you, and you can give yourself nerve damage, so don't do that. Oh, the other thing is, this is a cropped hoodie, so the hoodie would actually probably end, like, here. Now, I am going to leave this up to him whether or not he wants to do this multimedia still, so I won't sketch further onto the page. But I've done my sketch, so I've done what I needed to. I've seen a couple of people offer teacup commissions, similar to whatever they draw, whatever they get done of your character over a cup of tea for a flat price. That's really cute, actually. I like that idea. Alright, this sketch done, this sketch done. I got a few thumbnails done. What time is it? We still have an hour left. I've got these thumbnails done. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've done pretty well, actually. I will take a... Well, it's not toys time. I'm going to take a break to run to the restroom and just shove something in my mouth really quick because I'm kind of hungry. Hold on. I can show off to anyone that's coming in the attacks that we did the other day. Finished this last night. Headmate drew this and then I put it together after they finished it. Yeah, I was going to say, everyone take a quick stretch and water break. I've actually completely drank my water bottle, too. If I can find something that I want to draw, that I can do like a black and white character, I might try to do another ink piece on stream. But I haven't found any, unfortunately. But I will be right back, and I will return. Let's hide the tuber, though. But I figured I'd leave the pieces on screen. It could be fun. Could look into off characters. I think that's what I'm going to do while I'm running to grab something. But I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. What the hell are you guys talking about? Who's talking about me making a cigarette sandwich? I grabbed peanuts. Hold on. Hopefully. Alright, cool, it's still working. Didn't do Art Fight last year, but I feel less stressed and more medicated this year. So it's been a chill one. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for the welcome back as well. I didn't even make a sandwich. I literally just grabbed a handful of peanuts and called it a day. Cigarette sandwich is the type of shit I'd make in Tomodachi Life. That would be really funny, actually. Alright. Hold on, hold on. My sources are telling me that there are off OCs. Ah, but it's a comedy person. No. I mean, I can do friendly fire. I guess I could work on thumbnailing some more of the things that I have. Sad. I do really like the one that you sent, though, Harpy, if you're here. I could always do... Alright, I think this is what I'll do. I don't know if colored pencil works well on the multimedia paper, so I'm about to find out. Again, I'm not very good with colored pencil, but if this layer's a little nicer, it has a good texture. That'll be a bit kinder than, I'll just use that as a swatch paper. Oh, these are not pastels. These are colored pencils. YouTube stream. And I can make that a little bigger. What's your ARTFIGHT user? My ARTFIGHT user is same as here. It's 4-Leaf Island. I almost bumped my thing. And let me do... There we go. I forgot to bring Critter back. Can we share our users today? Yes. Though, like I said, please type them out. Type out my ARTFIGHT username is. I'm impressed by how fast everyone's drawing. I'm still finishing up my first attack. That's more than alright. That is more than alright. That's pretty normal. I'm manually doing colored pencils for these attacks. This is going to be alcohol markers. This is going to be acrylic markers. I have done some ink. Like this one. Really, it just depends. Different pieces, require different things. I think I'm going to use blue lead for this. What are the pros cons for working on multiple artworks outside of work reasons? I don't want to finish them, and I want to let someone else in the system do them. I literally just don't have characters that I want to draw. So I'm I'm doing the thumbnails for other parts. Actually, if I'm doing it long ways. Ah, my iPad keeps scrolling away from the reference. Stop that. Hold on. It's going to keep doing this. I'm going to save them so that they're not on Discord. Definitely getting your foot main OC here. They look so fun to draw. Thank you. What kind of pen is that you're using? This is a Tombow mechanical pencil. It's not actually a pen. It's just that the lead inside of it is blue, which helps me with sketching because it's a little easier to knock back. All right, there we go. Okay, they do have upper arms. Trying to think. I should probably draw the pose first and then crop it afterwards. So that I can make sure that I'm getting something that's dynamic. Also, do you scan your sketches before color and lining? I am not doing any digital this year. All of my attacks have been traditional. Now, if you mean when I do digital, I usually do digital sketches. Seems like the legs connect at the underbody. I feel like such an old head in streams now. I mean, it's not a bad thing to be. The trouble is, I really don't know how I want to do this character. It also seems like their upper body is a lot more elongated when it's drawn. Sorry, now I'm just doing this to practice. It's so nice, I feel full of knowledge. God, it's been so long since I got to draw Hollow Knight characters. This is fun. Maybe that's what I need to look for. I need to look for Hollow Knight characters. I feel like that would make very nice black and white pieces. Oh, I've seen traditional artists just do it in case they mess up their original sketch. To be honest, if I mess up my original sketch, I just draw another one on by using my window, like putting a piece of paper on top of it and then retracing it. I've actually had to do that a few times for pieces because I have done that. The character is very cute. I love spiders, probably unsurprisingly. And so the deep nest bugs were some of my favorites. Hi, Arbor. Window clutch. I was going to say, a light box would be lovely. I would love a light box, but I do not have a light box. I also don't know how expensive they are, so... What's the cat's name? His name is Harbor. I have 3 cats, actually. What if there's no outside light for you to retrace? Then I can't do it. I have to wait until the next day. That's what happened last night, is that I messed up my sketch, so I had to work on something else instead. I think that one of the beauties of traditional art is that it teaches you to be patient. Oh, no, 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 not Harvey, sorry. Harbor, like this, like a boat harbor. Get a small one for pretty cheap. I was gifted both of my light boxes. That's the problem, is that my first one I was also gifted. And I mean, it wasn't a permanent gift. It was like I was allowed to use it, which is not even a gift. Hello. Wait, are you leaving? Wait, come here, say goodbye. See a Hollow Knight OC and I'm immediately attached. I'm almost wondering if we do this in our sketchbook. Can you use a computer monitor if you're willing to risk it all? I am not. I am not willing to risk it all because this computer monitor is is how I work. So where did you get the colored lead for this pen? It's the same. It's this one. It's this guy.
My baby.
He doesn't like that. No, he doesn't like being
Nice to meet you.
He looks so yucky. I want to see if I can... Oh. Good try. Nice try. You want to say hello? He doesn't like it. It's alright. Ooh.
Did he get you?
Yeah. On the stomach, of all places.
But,
I love you too. How many art styles do you have? I mean, I draw a lot of different ways. I don't know. Here's the thing. I never try to limit myself to a singular style because what if I want to do something different? I like to experiment, so I'm not going to put myself in a box because I don't like the box to begin with. They really say, no, mother, I want to go back. He hates to be contained. Evil Beast, a little bit. I kind of like that he's evil, though. It keeps things interesting. How do you think one would go about rating a comic attack? Yep, each panel is a full body. That is completely true. Actually, that's one of the reasons that comics and animations are some of the hardest hitting attacks on ARTFIGHT. I don't know why, but seeing your work today reminds me of old 1950s Disney animators. That is a huge compliment. Some of my earliest inspirations. I do need to thumbnail for this if I'm going to do this. Also, thank you for the hydrate. The amount of eraser shavings on this desk is terrible. Don't shrimp. Thank you. Oh, I'm gonna need a sheet. You know something else I want to do? I want to use crayons for an attack. I haven't used crayons for a few years now, actually. Used to use them in my sketchbook all the time. But I think it would be fun to do a crayon attack. Crayons are so fun. What type of attack would you do with them? I'm not sure, but let me, like, I don't have an idea. Let me grab an example of something I did with crayons before. It's probably like 20? It's not last time I did it? Yeah, it was right around this time. I've shown this before on stream, I'm pretty sure. This is like some of my old Crayola. This is just like crowns I had laying around the house. Kidcore with crayons? I don't know if I would call this kidcore. No critter, sorry. I have to hide critter so that I could pull away from the desk for a second. Let me see. There's that one. There's this one. No, this one's not as good. A lot of it was just doodly. I think that's the most impressive one. Nicola. Nicola from TMA. I have quite a lot of Magnus archives in this book, probably unsurprisingly. This is mine. A very... Also, hello. XD and LOL. I remember that piece. Your old sketchbooks are nice to look at on Ko-Fi when I'm stressed out about making good sketchbook pages. I've considered rescanning and digitizing them. What do you think about lineless art? I think it's cool. Like, I've done it before, if that was your question. Also, what's the icon on the screen? I think that's from the recording. Thank you, I didn't catch that. That would have pissed me off in post. Thank you, Katie. Also, I might be mishearing, but did your stomach growl? No, I think that was Minecraft. I think that you were hearing Minecraft, which is kind of funny. There we go. Alright, let's see. I'm doing it on a longer piece of paper. I mean, I also suppose that I could do that character in this book. Because this book does actually work with colored pencils very nicely. Alright, let's try that. What even makes that sound in Minecraft? I believe wood planks, or if you have a tree faller mod, the trees falling makes that noise. Also, yes, Magnus Archives mentioned. I was a big Magnus Archives fan. I think this character has... It's a large head sewing needle. The faint farter, sorry. The cars outside have been worse lately, especially as it's been getting warmer. I don't know if I like... Do you have favorite, least favorite TMA entity? I think... Also, it is a Silk Song OC. One of my favorites was probably the cult, the darkness cult. My least favorite, though? That's hard. There were not many that I didn't think were all that good. And yes, I am listening to Minecraft building videos. I think they're relaxing. I'm stumped on this one. I'm stumped, and I think it's because I like the character, so I want to do it justice, but I feel like this one is beating me up. That one was pretty cool. I think my favorite entities are... Oh, I guess if you mean entities, you mean like the actual like beings themselves. Then yes, my favorite is the web in the dark, or my favorites, I should say. My least favorite is probably... Like, I'm not scared of it, I just didn't think it was all that interesting. Probably the Vast? I understand the Vast, it's just like the entries with it were always like, that's alright. Should go buy a small sketchbook for us tomorrow for thumbnailing stuff. You should absolutely. It's very useful to have. And now I'm just drawing this character because I think they're fun. Which I suppose is not the worst. Oh, wait, actually, I'm lying. My least favorite is the corruption. And actually, the reason that I dislike the corruption is because I have, like, very bad, unsanitary... I guess not fear, but it's, like, discomfort. I'm very uncomfortable with, like, unsanitary things. So I would say that was my least favorite. Because the episodes with it were the hardest for me to listen to. I suppose that means that it does a good job, but it's not my favorite. Maybe I can listen to TMA while drawing. I think that's always... I like to listen to podcasts while I draw, personally. Stun cutter sound. I know that sound too well. It's... I love listening to Minecraft building. It's fun. Although it's the only thing is that it's making me want to build in Minecraft. Also, if it seems redundant to erase thumbnails, I don't like wasting the paper space if I don't like the thumbnail. If it's a possible thumbnail, like oh, I might do this, then I'll leave it, but that wasn't even a possible. That was just I straight up don't like that. Any podcast recommendations? Literally only ever listen to the Magnus Archives. Nothing else has ever interested me. So that's my only one. If you like horror, I guess. Hope ARTFIGHT is going well. Are you doing traditionally this year? Yeah, I'm doing all traditional pieces this year. Yeah, these were all fine. I could always knock this back. No, I'm fibbing. I can't because it's the unerasable pencil. Oh, it's a podcast, not a book series? Yes, Magnus Archives is a podcast. Also, what's the best place to listen to TMA? Oh, it's all free online. TMA is, like, all free to listen to online. Alright, this is red. You're saying Lusampero's art was so good, I almost ordered a set of pencils. Thank you. I was going to say, it is fun. Colored pencils are fun if you were good at them. I can't say that I am, but I appreciate it. I guess I know how tall this character is compared to the knight, so I could do something with that. Also, thank you for the stretch. I also have played Slade the Princess, yes. And I do like Slade the Princess. I have a harbor hair on my finger from picking him up. Is that more mud blocks? It is. This person really likes their cut stone in their mud. No, this is really getting me. I don't know. I suppose I could do a different character in the meantime. Oh, hello, cup. Is it just me, or is ARTFIGHT really slow today? Oh no, it is slow. It is slow today. Probably making a path of some sorts. That would be my guess. I'm going to try colored pencils again. I'm a little irritated that I couldn't get it last time. So, I'm going to try. And I suppose if I go lighter, I can always just erase it. I've been sketching all morning, and I'm like, I kind of want to actually, like, work on something. I was like, where? Ooh, my arm just got pinched in the... Is that Cos? It is, yes. Ah, that's gonna blister. That did not feel good. Got pinched in the middle of the box. Alright, let's see. Oh, wait. I should probably replace the reference, huh? I guess you only need the one side of him. You don't necessarily need both. Except he's over... he's over my head. There we go. I'll have to embody how he does this. I also just think this paper is a little kinder. The cardstock from Staples is not like colored pencil as much as the cardstock from Michaels. Probably the difference in, like, paper type. I think because this is like the third time I've done this sketch, I'm scared to mess it up again. But I suppose I won't get any better if I don't try it. So see, reminds me of Moshi Monsters. It's been years since I've heard that name. I haven't heard of Moshi Monsters since I was like a kid. I really want to, I want to enjoy, like, calmer medium of art. You know, it can get really intense sometimes. But it'd probably be good for me to have something that actually, like, forces me to slow down a bit. And can be undone, importantly. Oh wait, I can also bring up Cos on here. Speaking of Minecraft, I know that it's listed on his profile, but I've been keeping an eye out to see if anyone has drawn red with Minecraft stuff, because he added that to his profile hoping someone would, which I think is funny. I think that's part of why I've been listening to stuff in the background. I think you'll be ending stream soon, within the next hour or so. So have you tried watercolor recently? So Coda, I don't think you were here when I mentioned it, but I'm spoiling Willow's plans a little bit. One of the goals that we have is to try... The goal is to finish 12 pieces. Each part wants to do at least 3. And so once we've done that, the reward for completing it was going to be getting a kit of watercolors, and trying out watercolors again, because watercolors are, like, notoriously our worst medium. I told the story a few streams ago of how, like, when I was a kid, I went to an art camp because, you know, my parents both worked. It was like an art day camp, and watercolors were the medium that we were learning, and I was so bad at them that my mom, like, freaked out, and she was just like, well, if you're not even going to try, like, why are we sending you? Why are we wasting the money sending you here? So I've been a little hesitant to try them again ever since that. But that was, like, when I was, like, what, 4 or 5, something like that. I'd kind of like to try again, though. It seems relaxing, but I've always really liked Ken Sugimori's Pokemon watercolor art, and so I would like to see if I could emulate that a bit. He, him, if that's alright, more. Thank you for asking. I really should make those little badges. It might be fun to practice pixel art again. He's going to draw red tomorrow. Good to know he's got specific requests. I would say of all of us, I think he has the most ideas for what to do. I don't know if this is good, but maybe the point of colored pencils isn't to make good art, it's just to make art that's good for you. Mad at a 4-year-old for not being good at watercolors. To be fair, they got mad at the 4-year-old for like having needs and needing to eat too, so... Really, this was not a surprise compared to the other things, but it did make me very put off of watercolors, even to this point. Watercolor is pretty good when you get the hang of a couple things. Also, thank you, Eclipse. Thank you for stopping by. I don't know, that's one of the reasons why I try new mediums and things on stream. I always want to let other artists know that if you don't get something right away, it's okay. Like, importantly, it's alright if you don't get it right away. That's kind of part of the process. And that there's no tutorials or really anything that's going to make you just understand a medium and have it click right away. A lot of it comes from trial and error, but the company and asking other people that like similar things is going to help you a lot too. Actually, when we started out doing colored pencil, we only knew two friends that did colored pencil works, and so we reached out to them to ask, like, hey, how do you do this? And that's part of the reason that we're able to do it now, is just the advice that we got from them. There's more Harbor here. Harbor sheds on everything. I swear to God, sometimes people drive by here and I'm like, it sounds like a clown car. I relate to that a lot. I didn't touch watercolors until college apps because I regarded it as something that we were notoriously bad about, and also messy, which bothered, yes, the messiness. It was also a lot nicer when doing it for ourselves without other people watching. Maybe that's, I don't know, maybe that's the part of it too, is the performance anxiety of it. Lemmy really likes watercolors too. That's part of the reason I'm like eyeing again, is that I've loved watching Lemmy's watercolor work and development, and I'm like, I wonder, maybe I was too harsh to this medium. Watercolors can also be pretty useful when learning to work with layers in physical medium, if you ask me. I like the color that you can get out of it. Like, I like specifically the color blending, and I find that very interesting because it's something that I think can't be recreated very easily in digital space. Like, you can make a digital watercolor brush, but there is something about the physical texture of watercolors that is difficult for the computer to recreate. Sorry, I've been playing before class. No, it's okay. I was talking about how I love your watercolor work, and it's been making me consider the medium again. So it looks like Koss's hind legs are darker. And then the bottom of his feet are like that kind of dark brown, brownish red. That was a car, yes. I'm telling you, the cars that drive by here make you question what is allowed to drive on the road. Better than paper, even cheap bad watercolors can look great. I know Lemmy, the brand you're using, you said was a Brazilian brand. What brands of watercolors does everyone use? You know, the other thing I realized, I should probably mark out where I want the light patches to be hung. So I've used Winsor and Newton, they're pretty good. I know Arches is like the best brand, but it's also super expensive. I just use whatever is cheapest at Michael's. You know, I do need to go to Michael's. I said it at the beginning of stream. I've run out of paper. I've been doing so many traditional attacks that I don't have paper anymore. I just have my sketchbook and then this page. So I'm going to Michael's to grab more paper, so maybe I can nose around for watercolors while I'm there. I could add some fur definition. That could be fun. This isn't terrible. I haven't started layering the color that heavily yet, so maybe I'll eat those words in a bit, but this is not the worst yet. Do I have to fill out my ARTFIGHT card before participating? I'm more interested in drawing other people's characters than being attacked. My friend, I have some wonderful news for you. You don't have to do anything. You could play the game without having any OCs. It's just a gifting game. Receiving gifts is optional. The only way you play ARTFIGHT is by giving. Let's see. So the upper arms are. I mean, I guess if you're not pushing as hard, it's not terrible. The other piece of advice that both Lemmy and Harper gave, and also that I've seen Red incorporated in his art, is using the wrong color, I guess. Like, you're supposed to... I don't like how I did the fur. I actually think that the fur should be lighter than what's underneath it, because that's how light works. I don't know why I did it like that. Luckily, that's pretty easy to fix, but... I like ARTFIGHT because it gives me work to do when I'm in between projects. For us, it's... we tied up a bunch of loose ends, or are in the process of tying up a bunch of loose ends project-wise. So this is like the reward for that. So now it's like, all right, test out a bunch of art methods you couldn't do while you were doing your work art. Also, I did see Baz ask if we were ending soon. I might. I don't know. I'm actually enjoying this, like, but also I like colored pencils. That looks a little flat on the leg. Nah, that's fine. That's fine. Actually, what I might do is just, like, get rid of the last tuft of fur, and that should be fine. It just kind of makes the sound that stone does when you mine it in Minecraft. Fun fact, there is actually Minecraft ASMR playing right now. You are astute in your observation, but astute in the sense that you were correct, just, like, actually. Also, what kind of musicians do you listen to? I like Deftones. I like Radiohead. I listen to a pretty wide palette of things. I also like Car Seat Headrest. That's my slop. I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know if you said, but what kind of colored pencils do you use? These are Fantasia brand colored pencils. They're actually just, they were from my mother-in-law's estate when she passed, because they were originally my boyfriend's, I think, and then, you know, he hadn't used them, so I was just like, I mean, sure, I guess I'll try colored pencils. They've been fun to learn. I enjoy them. I like the variety of tones you can get out of them. Dog, it's hot as shit out here, though. Good God. Often what matters most with watercolor is not the... Talking about watercolor? It's not the paint, but the paper that you have. I think we have watercolor paper. I think. So luckily that part's covered. I don't think we have physical watercolors yet. Damn, that's kind of spoiling the surprise. Okay. need text on screen saying Minecraft ASMR is playing. I could do that. Also, which car seat headrest song is your favorite? Beach Life and Death, and I know saying the 11-minute song is like an insane opinion, but it is genuinely one of the best songs that they've made, so I stand by that. Also, thank you for the hydrate. Dude, I'm gonna be so honest. I wish I could just teleport to grab a coffee. We don't have any cold brew. I'm dying. Torture for me. Because I would keep doing rendering while drinking coffee. That sounds like delightful. But it's probably my sign to touch grass that I need to like go outside to get something. Color pencils were always my favorite traditional medium besides pen and ink because so much control, it just took very long as the downside. I kind of like that it takes longer. I think I've talked before, like, when it comes to digital art, it was getting kind of repetitive. And, you know, I still do digital art. I like digital art. But when you do the same thing every single day in and out, dude, there's so much harbor hair everywhere. My cat, the shedder. I'm drawing my sketchbook sipping a cold brew. That kills you, gets you. I wish that were me. The other guy made pour over coffee earlier, but I'm not, like, too fond of it. I think cold brews, I don't know. The pour over's fine. It, like, works for what he likes, but, I don't like the flavor of just, like, regular coffee. Cold brew coffee, it's, like, got a different texture. I might have forgotten today's schedule is not the same as yesterday. Shows up to the function 3 hours late. It's okay. It's okay. I think I was watching back the end of stream and I saw that they said, oh, stream will be at the same time as it was today. And I was like, that's not true. It's going to be 3 hours early. So you did not get that wrong. That was fucking Bunny Fufu not remembering the schedule that we literally just made. Harbor's mold! It's his spores. It's literally his fucking spores. Fufu Bunny the Forgetter. Like, I can't... Oh my god, dog. There's so much. Hello? Also, and thank you everyone in streams for... And Critter for getting me through the being of this whole mess. Oh, I got some good news. I can go back home and will no longer be displaced starting tomorrow. Wait, that's awesome! Tired Phoenix, that's such good news. Bunny Fufu is such a cute nickname. That's a Lemmyism. Lemmy called them Bunny Fufu once, and it's like, well, that's gonna stick forever. And stolen. My head hurts. It's okay. Therapeutic coloring will save me. Attack finish time for a game break. I wish that was me. I'm, like, kind of considering sketching an attack, like, one of my own attacks, because I didn't, like, I have a bunch of guys bookmarked. I have, like, an inkling feeling that no one else has, like, thumbnailed or sketched them. But I think what I'll do is I'll, like, do that. I'll go on my little walk and grab coffee and do that. Also, I'm realizing that Koss only has red hair, like, red lines on the bottom of his hair. I kind of hit him with the maple beam, but, like, I don't think that it matters. You can do this? I can. Not to, like, child from Omella's him, but thank you for doing the work, and now I can go enjoy the little coffee. I'm working on my 5th attack so far. That's crazy. Do you think someone made a full stone statue of someone on ARTFIGHT? You know, you jest, but I have genuinely seen people do fursuits for ARTFIGHT before, so yeah, like, it's very possible someone's done sculpture. The ears are the part that gets me a little confused, because it looks like they're black on the back of them, but then there's like some red at the front, like around here. Like full suits, I think it was a fursuit head, so don't quote me on a full suit, but yeah. It was quite a lot to get done for a month. Very impressive to me. Not on me either. Like someone else did it on another person. A fursuit in 1 month? You know, it is possible. Like my fursuit maker, who's working on the critter suit right now, does regularly finish suits in a month. Now, the problem with that is getting, like, if it's a full body suit, you're going to have to get, like, a body mold. So that's why I'm saying I think it was just a fursuit head. I don't think it was, like, a full suit. And it's very expensive. The expense is actually the part that gets me. It's like, that's very kind of you. The red streak are easier to see from the side view. Oh, you're so right. Hold on, thank you. Yeah, you're right. I see that now. Thank you. Oh, sorry to ask what happened to yesterday's stream. Nothing wrong with asking. It's gonna be edited and put up on the bots channel, but what happened is, no, I broke my pencil. Forest, I use my iPad as my like reference while I'm doing traditional art, and Forest leaned over the screen and accidental face revealed himself because he didn't realize it was reflective. So he, no, what the hell? It keeps breaking. Hello. Oh, there's like a piece of lead in there. So I'm taking it down to edit that part out, but it'll be up. It'll be up again. Don't worry. I want to protect my boyfriend's privacy. Beginning of this year was a whole mess and started pretty stressful, but getting to go to critter streams with everyone helped a lot. Gave me something to look forward to. That's really sweet. I'm glad. The scrolling through Twitch and saw a stream of someone drawing an art fight attack. And stop! Wait, who? Ask Kicker. Tell me. Let's go raid them right now. You should take the Twitch VOD up as it's still down. I thought I took it down before stream, but I could be wrong. Ask Kicker, who was it? Give them to me. Let's go attack them. Bell beeps? Alright, let's go get their ass. Mostly because I want to go on a walk. It's nice out. I mean, 100 degrees. Nice out. I see you! I see you! We're getting you. We're gonna fucking get you and kill you. They don't know. They don't know what's about to happen. Alright guys, let's go. We're gonna go raid this person that's drawing critter. Everyone be nice. Everyone be sweet. And I'm gonna be live again next week. Doing more art fight stuff. Once I have more paper. YouTubies, I'm so sorry. This is where I leave you lovingly. But I will see you all next week. And ciao.